Good morning. So the group I was with were the 13 to 15-year-old boys. I'll talk about my testimony after I talk about the pictures. So we'll show the pictures. So these are some of the guys. There's 6 of them there, but sometimes it varies from like 6 to 9 people every day. Because at that age, sometimes they work if they have a job. So here was when we were talking to each other. This might be the first day. Yeah, how fitting. So this is the first day. And the first day, I kind of brought up the question after everyone introduced each other, like, who are you at your best and who are you at your worst? And then I was just really curious how it was. And then one of the answers that stuck out to me was that one of the kids on the left right there with the green, he was like, on my best, he's actually like really nice to people and everything. But everyone tells him that he's really, really bad. Like, he gets that a lot. And then you can kind of tell when he's like, if he's like angry, it's kind of scary. But at his best, he's a really nice, respectful person. So I guess as the trip went on, that was kind of a focus to like bring out the best in everyone, try to identify it. Because as I noticed, the dynamic of the group was that people tore each other down often. But yeah, as time went on, me and then the other leaders of the 13 to 15 guys group, we started to affirm that and then tried to see that in people. So anyway, so next, those are more guys. We're doing soccer drills, so I was explaining it, and then they're gonna do soccer drills. Anyway, next picture. And then, okay, so this was as the week went on, the end of the first week. If you look at this, it kind of looks like S&P. It's because Sierra and I guess Gillian also had the vision that they also learned to treat each other like respectfully and everything. So we had a purity session, and we, at least the guys, we ended up talking about what it means to be a man, manhood, because lots of times they don't see that image through their older brothers or like the older guys in the village. And often the older figures, they often like go to violence or some other thing, or like drugs or anything like that. So we taught them like what it means to be a man, how God needs to be in that picture. So, and then we also taught them like how to respect ladies. And then something that was kind of nice was seeing at the end of the 2 weeks, our group was about to go in, and then we noticed that the girls group was about to go in for lunch. And then one of the guys, he opened the door for them, and then so we like stayed behind. But like I didn't initiate or anything. They were like, ladies first, and it's like, oh, that's cool. So here they're escorting them. It wasn't as nice as it looks. They were really like nervous, like, oh, I don't wanna, at first. But then they got used to it, and then we taught them the barnyard dance, which is a dance we learned at S&P. Anyway, so next picture. And then these are some of the guys there. And then they're not in my group, but yeah. So that's talking to the kids after the camp for a random day. And then these are all the 13 to 15 leaders minus 1. Oh, so that's Sierra from San Diego, 13 to 15. And then there's me, and then there's Melinda, and then there's Becky. So Becky helped with the 13 to 15 guys group because she did kind of know them growing up. She knew them as they were kids, and they went to summer school a lot, so they respect her, so it was really good that she was there. And then also Daniel Naval, he is from Haiti, and he helped out with the group halfway through. So, next. All right, so these were baptisms. We had baptisms the second to last day, and the thing about baptisms was, it was the first time that I got to experience getting to know the people and then seeing how they form. And then eventually getting to that decision. And then so it was nice, you know, like being able to just to be there as they're baptized, because you know them like personally. You have a connection with them. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I think for that. So I'm right there, but the person we're baptizing there, there's an interesting story, I think. His name is Fred Lynn. And I remember the first day that we went to the Bahamas, he came up to me and he was telling me, Abel, I'm really sad. And I'm like, why? Because he was preparing like a speech for Gillian. The speech was that he can't make it to the summer school because he didn't have enough money. The tuition, like at least the suggested one, was $10. So he's like, I can't go to summer school this year. And then could you help me like talk to her? And then it was like $10. It's not that much. But then he really, really wanted to go. I knew him 2 years ago. And then seeing him this year compared to last time, you can see like a big transformation. So, you know, he got to talk to Gillian, but I also told him like, oh, if you can't go, you know, I'll just pay for you. And then, but like eventually like Gillian said, oh yeah, there's a scholarship to people who can't make it. So we told him to go, and then I was like, okay, make sure you're a good example to all your friends, okay? And he was like, yes, sir. and then he was. So. I think so. Was he? 9, 12? Right? Okay, Steven says yes. All right. But yeah, that's something I noticed. This is my second time going. The first time was 2 years ago. But just seeing a transformation in the kids that I did know. So, next. All right. So now I will talk before Melinda about just other things in my group. Just like spiritual things that I noticed and that I was just thankful to be able to be a part of. So we talked about the purity session. We talked about the unity, and then like bringing out the best in each person. Something on the second week. As the second week went on, I started to know like each person better. So it was nicer. The first week, actually no, it was the second week too. But the entire time, I was kind of worried that like I didn't have enough confidence to be able to lead these guys, because there were a lot of issues that I didn't really know that much about. But I guess what ended up happening was Gillian and Becky brought it up. They basically said that the dynamic for this particular group of boys, they've been to summer school a lot. And so, as we noticed, they did start to get a knowledge of what the Bible is, and a lot of them have repented and then accepted Jesus. But what happened was, as it's hard for them to like make that head knowledge change into actually changing their life. So our goal was to make it so that as they read the Bible, that they would be able to apply what they're learning. So there was a talk about walking the mile, like when it is difficult to be able to, you know, still go to God and then make actual changes in their lives. So we had that talk, and that's actually why some of them decided to get baptized, because they wanted to just show other people that they're committed to this. So what happened the day after that talk was, it felt like it was some sort of spiritual like warfare conflict, because it was so chaotic the day after we had that talk. And that day we also had this thing where we gave each of them a verse, and then to apply that verse like every day of their life, since the Bible is really big, and then, you know, trying to figure out what to apply in the first place, that was really hard. What we said was, okay, well, the Bible has a lot of good stuff, so we'll just start somewhere. And then so we each got them a verse, and then to apply. And then the way we actually got this, it was kind of random. I just asked the mission team to get the whole team in to just pick verses from when they had their own solo time, verses that they would apply. And then so we got the whole list and we wrote them down. And then the next day people would just pick. But what happened was, it seemed like the particular verses that they did pick did match them perfectly. Like one person was struggling with drugs and with smoking and everything, but the verse that he got was that he was chosen. It says, "You are chosen to be free, but do not use that freedom to do whatever you like, but use it to serve others." So when we saw him get that verse, we were like, whoa, because that out of everyone in the group, that was the one that is specific to him. And then another person, his verse was how his problem, or something he gets in trouble a lot for, is just talking. He just likes to talk so much, especially when other people are talking, and then people are like, oh, quiet, quiet, and then he always gets in trouble. And sometimes he would say like the wrong thing, but he just doesn't control. But there was a Bible verse basically about that, like thinking about what you're saying before doing that. Anyway, so those things just touched me because it just showed that even though I wasn't completely confident in my own abilities, that God was there, and there was a community of other leaders who were there to support you, both here and also in the Bahamas, and Daniel, who's from Haiti. So just seeing everything like come together, I just know that God did great things. The day after we did those verses, we asked, hey, did you guys apply? And they're like, yep, we did apply. And then one person was like, oh, I didn't apply, but I promise I'm going to start doing it today. So things like that. It was just touching to know that when we go on trips like this, that God is a part of it, and that He is there. And even when we're here, God is here, and even if we doubt ourselves, He is in control of things. So yes, thank you.